situation between Pakistan and Afghanistan has taken a dangerous turn this week. Fresh clashes have erupted along the border, leaving dozens dead and many others injured on both sides. Reports indicate that Pakistan launched airstrikes inside Afghan territory, claiming to target hideouts of the Pakistani Taliban, or TTP. In retaliation, Afghan forces opened fire across the border, leading to hours of intense shelling. The fighting occurred near key crossings such as Chamin and Spin Boldak, busy areas often filled with traders and civilians. Afghan authorities report that more than a dozen civilians were killed, while Pakistan says it destroyed several Afghan posts and eliminated militants responsible for attacks inside its borders. This flare-up follows months of growing tension. Pakistan accuses a Taliban-led government in Kabul of allowing TTP fighters to operate from Afghan soil, an allegation Afghanistan firmly denies. The Taliban government has condemned Pakistan's airstrikes as a violation of its sovereignty and is calling for dialogue to prevent further escalation. The tensions between Pakistan and Afghanistan didn't start overnight. Their border, known as the Durand Line, was drawn more than a century ago during British rule and has remained disputed ever since. Afghanistan has never formally recognized this boundary, seeing it as an artificial division that splits ethnic Pashtun communities across both sides. Over the years, this border has become a hotspot for smuggling, militancy, and political mistrust. In the aftermath, Pakistan has closed several major border crossings, halting trade and movement. Thousands of people have been left stranded, and shortages of essential goods are already being reported in nearby areas. Civilians on both sides are living in fear, with many fleeing their homes as the fighting continues. Analysts warn that if the situation isn't brought under control soon, it could evolve into a wider regional crisis. Both nations are already dealing with internal challenges, and renewed hostilities can make life even harder for ordinary people who simply want peace. The current clashes are not just about territory. They're about trust, power, and control in a region still recovering from decades of war. And with new players like India stepping in to engage with the Taliban, the balance of power in South Asia is once again shifting, making this border conflict far more than just a local dispute. India has been watching developments along the Pakistan-Afghanistan border very closely. New Delhi has called for peace, restraint, and dialogue, saying stability in the region is in everyone's interest. Officials in India are closely watching the situation, especially after the Taliban's foreign minister recently visited New Delhi, a move seen as a sign of growing ties between India and Afghanistan. For India, the focus remains on maintaining stability, providing humanitarian support, and avoiding any further escalation in the region. For now, all eyes are on Islamabad and Kabul. Will the two neighbors continue down the path of confrontation or turn instead toward communication and diplomacy? The coming days will be crucial in determining whether this volatile border becomes a flashpoint for conflict or a starting point for peace.